Well, this is it. And so if
This
you're
is
waiting to hear Dylan's voice, it's coming. But I'm here with my best friend Colin as we are
Hey, we're
here.
back.
We're
The season
back.
finale.
The season finale restores all friendships, and we are enhances all friendships, not restores. We are here with the finale of the bootlegs. We need you. We need your voices, audience. Write in and tell us what you think, and tell us if you like this or tell us if you didn't. Because maybe we'll never do it again. But Dylan and I had a lot of fun recording all of these in one night back in March, and we are excited to share this last one with Gaspers. And thank you for everyone that came out to Frederick Arts Council on Sunday. We had a great turnout, a great time. Everybody was in a great mood, and everything was great. Colin, what did you think of the show?
I thought it was great, as a matter of fact. And I thought the sound especially was great. Whoever ran sound knocked it out of the park.
I
Um,
lifted things up the stairs, but Spencer and Dylan did all of the knob turning. It was amazing.
was that the last show there before the building gets sold?
I am unsure what is going to happen with anything in that building. So it could be the last one, it could be the first one all over again, it could be one of many. I really don't know.
Huh. See, you should, or I guess I'm I'm assuming you tried to ask questions when you were there. You tried to get the scoop this past Saturday at the
So
show, but
it's interesting. There
or
is not a
Sunday.
PR person, believe it or not. This is Frederick City, and we know every privately funded organization does have a PR person, but this does not.
Well, does the same guy, is that guy who came around and replaced Mora? Is he still at Sky Stage doing all that?
No, he's gone.
He's gone. Does anybody have that job?
Yes, I believe her name is Evangeline, and from what I hear, she is very cool.
Oh, good.
Yep.
I thought they would. Aren't they related to the Arts Council?
Like Mr. and Mrs. Art Council, or like, what do you mean?
Like why wouldn't Evangeline or Jolie do the Arts Council building if she's doing Sky Stage?
Perhaps. I mean, I also was wearing my sound credentials shirt and not my press credentials shirt, so I don't know if any of my questions are being taken seriously.
Ah, well, you know
I,
what? We should schedule a meeting.
I love that for you. Yeah, that sounds great. No, I hear the new building is supposed to be like a bank and it's got a vibe, so that's cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the old BB&T building, is what I heard, allegedly.
is that the one near NOLA?
I have no idea.
Oh, huh. Well, if it's the
Because
one that,
that's not the old. It was BB&T a long, long time ago, but it was now another Frederick Bank or something. I don't know. It was something kind of interesting, but I don't know. I have a hard time embracing change.
I mean, that's why we're gonna be back for season six
Is
because
te-
we
five?
five. Oh, okay, 5 seasons in a movie. Once we
Let's see.
hit 100, once we hit 100 episodes, it's over, people. It's over.
We're not that far. This is episode. Technically, when you count bootlegs, we are pretty close to being 100, but we're not gonna we're gonna count the bootlegs as separate. So we just last week was with our interview with Jay Robbins from Jawbox. Uh, we were episode 90, so we're 10 away.
Okay,
So one more
we can
season,
do
and
it.
I believe we can do it. And if anything, I did get a lot of. So there's some real ones out there. I'm gonna do a quick thing here, and then we're gonna jump into this final bootleg episode with Dylan and myself. But there's a couple real folks out there. I'm not gonna name names, but Demetrius and Roy both hit us up last week after we aired our manifesto, and
two
so they
weeks ago.
listened 2 weeks ago, and they appreciated um our candor. They appreciate what we had to say, and they all said they wish we said more. And I was like, well, that also means that like we have to be involved with more. I don't really know if I want to do that. Like I like the idea of being able to complain and continue to foster the environment that we foster, but like I'm already pretty spread thin. Like I don't know if I can sit on a board, and I don't know if people would allow me to sit on a board. I don't know if people would want me in more rooms because I'm having a hard time being in a room that I'm already in.
I can't imagine you being on a board.
I
I
would
can't.
everyone would hate it. Um, Colin, you live in a different state now, so technically you're not even legally allowed to sit on anything in Frederick anymore.
Is that true? That's for the best. I've been on committees that have been music oriented around town. Um, I don't know how well that works. People criticize me for a lot of things, but one of the things they criticize me for a lot is not talking. Is either not talking and looking like an asshole, or
Mm.
talking and sounding like an asshole. So either way, I'm an asshole, and that means that I'm not very good on committees and boards. There
I
was there
think
was I'm not saying anything interesting right now. I'm just kind of stumbling through this.
no. You're gonna tell me a story.
Well, there was a time when I uh I had conversations with John Healy about being on the Weinberg board, and he was the one to tell me not to do that. And I think he was probably right. Um, and just the committees that I've served on, a couple of them with John back forever ago. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because, and I know you, Chris, and you're going to want to take charge, which is a good thing if you're in the room with the right people.
Right.
But if you're not in the room with the right people, and let's say there's someone else or someone else is who wants to take charge, that's
Yep.
going to be tough. So,
Yeah,
yes.
and the thing with me, taking charge isn't like I mean, yes, there's a control aspect because I am crazy, but then there's also a hey, I just want to see something done. And and I think and here's where I'll end and then you can wrap up. I think Frederick is at an interesting point where there's enough people doing things independently of the bureaucracy that is known as Frederick City, Frederick Founders, Osherman Foundation, the Frederick organizations, the things that push the money, the Downtown Frederick Partnership, all those people. There's things that are outside of those things, which are cool and which pay bands well sometimes, and which do cool things sometimes. Like that's great that that exists. But there are a lot of other things that are happening that people can choose to get involved with that are still beneficial to your local music community, such as could be better, such as promoters at 611, such as people doing shows with the Delaplane, such as people doing things at the Frederick Recording Studio, such as doing things with the Out 40 media folks, such as like the list goes on. And you don't have to sit on a board. You can just say, hey, I want to help. How can I help? And I can tell you, I've been looking for a sound person to help me in the last year. And none of you MFers have even offered to do it. Everyone says you can't do more than I'm looking for someone to do 2 shows a year, 2 shows a year. And everyone's telling me they're too busy. But then you're going to get really upset when I get older and tireder and I cannot do this anymore and we have to collapse everything. And then you're going to say, oh, I miss Could Be Better. It was so cool. Well, show up, people, because there is an opportunity for you to do your part. And it's not much. You could help wrap cables. You could help do something else. There's a community is only what it is a community when we're all doing things communicatively together. And I would just love to see people not want to sit on a board and help support some of the. If I say grassroots, do I sound too Republican or CPAC? But like there's a lot of grassroots movements that are happening in Frederick that are behind some foundation, and so that's really cool when that happens. But don't be upset when they go away because that's on the backs of volunteers like Colin and myself. So anyway, if you want to get involved, be involved. Don't complain when it's gone. Be a part of the solution.
Wow. How do I follow that? That's
This
I
is
mean,
our final bootleg with our friends in Gaspers. Thanks for listening this season. See you sometime later. Well, it has been a bunch. It's been 8 episodes since Dylan and I have been together, and we've been doing the bootleg chatter on the Could Be Better podcast. And Dylan, I think the one thing that people should understand is we've had so many issues with connection with our internet and our computers as we did this because our mustaches are constantly fighting to form into one giant caterpillar. And I feel like I feel like it's like Captain Planet, but with mustaches.
The human condition, my man. The human condition. Uh yeah. This this bootleg segment has been enjoyable. Just being able to talk about the nerdy stuff that I like doing. I like recording bands. I love engineering. I love mixing. Um, the band that we have on today's episode, Chris, when I say that they have a stage presence, I would argue that their stage presence is unmatched. Gaspers, man, man.
I love because you are a prepared individual. You said something that I'm going to read because I thought this was just really fun, but it's almost
Please.
like they have the ability to control the atmosphere.
My, oh my. I mean, there's some older rockers, but the air that they were moving, I I don't know, just so very few bands can do that. And it wasn't just loud. Like I felt like it was all sonically cohesive and it just completely blew me away. That lead vocalist, you'll hear on this first song, man, what a voice she has. And the little bit of like reverb delay that I had on there as well, I'm very happy with how that turned out.
And I believe, and I'm pulling up the dates to make sure all the things are right, but this 20 this episode's out in June. So,
I
so
mean,
you
so this was the
yeah.
show. It was what did that night go? I believe that night was D Calhoun opened up with like this really metal acoustic set. Um and then I believe Gaspers went on middle act. I've talked about it before. They showed up and crushed it. Crushed it with a capital K, Chris.
I love that you spell crushed with a K, and maybe this song does too.
How's everybody doing tonight? Woo! Awesome weather last couple of days here. No, it's not a joke. Oh. So we're the Gaspers. We got some news coming up, but I'm gonna leave you in suspense after another 4 songs to tell you about this brand new news that's coming on. Anyways, we are Gaspers from beautiful Frederick, Maryland.
Made up my mind to say how it is. I spent too much time dealing with your shit. So tired of being kind. Time to do or die. Made up my mind. I made up mine. It's not my job to make you happy. It's not on me to keep you safe. It's not my job to make you better. It's not in me to take away. It's not my job to make you whole. It's not on me. It's not in me. It's not my. It's not my. It's not on me. Oh, it's not on me. It's not my. It's not mine. Next time you'll find you were on your own. I'm done. Step aside. I'm more than this. The trains of burn take to the sky. Made up my mind. I made up mine. It's not my
It's
very
not my
much.
job to keep you sane. However, Chris, I'll help keep you sane. I like you.
Aw, so nice.
It's a
And
real song. It was just such a real song.
I love that we get to have such a broad range of musicians from all not walks of life sounds so trite, but like just all across the universe of things that are music sonically and where we are all at as humans. And I think it's the best. And this is no different. This was just a cool show. And I'm glad we get to kind of wrap it up with Gaspers. It's just been great.
Yeah, absolutely. These bootlegs, obviously audio is one facet, but I see them as true time capsules in a way. We're capturing this energy in this night, in this music, in this space, in this beautiful city of Frederick, Maryland. And to have a band like Gaspers come and grace us with just the most powerful kind of like it was such like a very 90s rock type of sound mixed with some really classic rock undertones. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. I'm very fortunate to be able to record them.
I think that we are fortunate that you do this for $0 and for 100 hearts. And I think that's just the best. And so this is so for folks that maybe can tell, that don't care, that do care, that might care, so pulling back the curtain, right? Because everyone knows I love inside baseball. Dylan and I did these kind of in a batch to kind of test some things out, to wiggle out some kinks, and we are interested in hearing your thoughts. So in all of the show notes, you're going to have ways that you can contact Dylan if you're interested in um, Dylan coming and bootlegging for you at one of your shows, or other things that might be kind of coming down the pike or pipe. But we always need help. We are always looking for people that want to be a part of things with could be better and specifically sound. So if you're ever interested in either doing or learning or being exposed to things, I would, and Dylan and I, and I'll express this from the bottom of our hearts, that we would
Mm-hmm.
love for you to reach out and to come and be a part of a little music community that brings a lot of hope into our lives. And so that's my little advertisement. But Dylan, I need to ask one question. As we've done this in a little bit of time on a Monday night, what can you tell me why you like doing the bootlegs?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it earlier. It's a time capsule. We're on this earth for such a short time, and while we're here, man, I don't know. I want to do something good for the music community. It's been so good to me. Um, it's something that I enjoy. If you can find something that you enjoy and you can make it your job in a way, it's not my job, but I just love showing up to the shows and bootlegging. I love coming home a week after, and then I finally open up the audio and I go, dang, that was a good night. I thoroughly enjoy, working for the band so that they have something that they can go, yeah, I remember that night. And then, hopefully somebody stumbles across this episode or a bootleg session or whatever, and they go, dang, that was a cool night. Where the hell was I? Where was I?
I
What
love
nose was
that.
I picking?
Hey, listen, if it's not your neighbors, I'm not interested. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, but that's such a beautiful sentiment. And I know it's like, hey, let me put you on the spot and have you say something profound. But I just think it's the idea, if we can be a part of something or grow something or nurture something that we think is beautiful, and finding ways to add our own flavors into it, I think it's just the best. And so I hope you feel the same way about the efforts you put into the bootleg. I hope people receive it in the same way. Remember, this is not a Spotify recording. This is not something that is meant to be immaculate, but like Dylan has said a bunch, it's the time capsule. But now Dylan has signed a little DH on the side of it, and
Right.
it's just the best. So Dylan, I appreciate you jumping out and doing a bootleg. I know we've discussed this for a long time, and it's here, and I can say I am proud of what this is. I'm proud that we still have more coming. I'm excited for what this looks like. We're kind of at the end of our summer. So who knows if we're taking a break, we're going to go to some summer camp and come back with, scrapes on our knees and tattoos on our nipples. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting thing what happens next.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Chris, thank you for, providing the platform to even share these bootlegs. I mean, if it wasn't for Could Be Better, these would remain on my solid state drive for at least a few years.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, man.
So this is the final song of Gaspers and the
Yes.
final yeah, go ahead.
Dude, Chris, what a guitar riff. And I don't know, just the way that the room was interacting with this band. We all know this. All Mother is a challenging room to mix, not impossible, but this band just made it easy. And I don't know. I think you'll hear it on this one.
I'm going to feel it. I'm ready to do it. And this is it. And we will be back with more things later. Bye.
I've been trying to show you over and over. This much out there in heads. Look at this, my ruby red lips. Look at this, my work strong arms. And you've got to see my body full of charm. And then old and shortly turn around and say it back to me. He said, she lied again. She lied again. You exhibitionist. She lied again. She lied again. You exhibitionist. Gonna wash that mirror out of my hair. 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 Heard it before. He said, she lied again. She lied again. You exhibitionist. She lied again. She lied again. You exhibitionist. Put money in your Idaho. Put money in your Idaho. Gonna wash that mirror out of my hair. Gonna wash that mirror out of my hair. I'm gonna take my hips to manicures. Gonna take my hips to manicures. Heard it before. He said, she lied again. She lied again. You exhibitionist. She lied again. She lied again. You exhibitionist. Put money in your Idaho. Put money in your Idaho. He said, wash your breath, I don't want to be unclean. He said, please take the dirty clothes away from me. He said, wash your breath, I don't want to be unclean. He said, please take the dirty clothes away from me. He said, wash your breath, I don't want to be unclean. He said, please take the dirty clothes away from me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. PJ Harvey for the win.
The Could Be Better podcast is recorded somewhere with suspect Wi-Fi in the United States of America.
We've been without a studio for several decades, but have finally moved to the real estate where the talks tick and the West's yay.
What?
Actually, we're live now now, but you're listening later. So please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and Blue Sky. And don't forget to check out our website for literally everything else at www.couldbebettermeh.com.
Also, pretty please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Or don't, and then let us continue believing what we're doing has purpose and meaning, and you like us. And
plus, don't forget to check out all of our other podcasts exclusively within the Could Be Better Podcast Network, which includes just us for right now, as the other pods be sleeping.
Hey, shout to Kiki, shout to Stitch, shout to my magnum opus-ish. And hell, if all else fails, check out Smartless, because we were friends with Jason, Will, and Sean.
Wait, we know those guys?
Of course. Welcome to Arrested Development. I'm Colin McGuire.
And I'm Chris Perry. Thanks for listening, and don't forget, this always could be better.